So I kind of want to share a little story with you guys from when I was in middle school and I hung out with my middle school friends, which were my Star Wars friends and also my friends that were also into making short films, movies, and all types of stuff. We all hung out and talked about Star Wars, our favorite actors, directors, our favorite movies, storylines that we would come up with ourselves, and you know, we wanted to make movies. That was our dream, and we were also really into acting. So we kind of clicked with all of that. And when it came to Star Wars, we clicked with that, especially Star Wars. So in like 2004, 2005 is when we were all hanging out. And I remember that because Revenge of the Sith was coming out that year, which I didn't even get to go see it with them because I got in trouble and my dad didn't let me go. So I think a few months after Revenge of the Sith came out in theaters, somebody had a bootleg DVD of Revenge of the Sith, and that was the only way I was able to watch it for the first time. So that's how I saw Revenge of the Sith for the very first time because I got in trouble and my dad wouldn't let me go with my friends. So, I hung out with another group of friends, which was skateboarders, and, we got in some trouble. But moving forward, when it comes to the lightsabers, especially nowadays, there's a lot of different lightsabers out there. I would say I would think it was around 2000. It was the early 2000s, and you can go to Books a Million or you can go to a Barnes and Noble, and they had I think it was called the FX lightsabers. Like the first generation of them back then, and they were like $200-300. So my friends and I, we couldn't afford any of that. Now here's a picture of my friends right here. So we have Tyler, Christian, and Sean. Now, I recently just went over to Sean's house, and which was like 2-3 weeks ago, and today's his birthday. So if you're watching this, happy birthday, Sean. I'll text you in just a little bit. And we could not afford to get lightsabers like this back in the day. Now, my dad bought this one, which was Darth Vader's, and I think he went to a Books a Million at the mall and came home with it, and I was like, oh my God. He was like, that's mine. You're not getting it. So we made our own. Now, again, we were into movies and, all that kind of stuff. Now, this picture right here, here's the picture again. I think they were making like a mafia movie or something like that. I wasn't there that day, but Sean had that picture at his house, at his parents' house, and he showed it to me. And man, I went right back in time when I saw that picture because I haven't seen Tyler in a long time. It's been like over like, I guess 8 years, maybe longer. And I see Christian here and there, but he's still doing good. I do stay in contact with Sean. So when I went over there, Ewok and I went to his parents' house with him. And we went to his childhood bedroom. And he said, hey, I have something that I want to show you. Now, when we were young, we would spend all night in the garage at his parents' house and on the weekends. And we were going to make a Star Wars movie. And, he had Adobe on his computer and he was the editor and he had the camera back then. His brother got him one of those fancy big film cameras, and which was really cool. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that. And we just made a bunch of films, and his mom made a website. It was called dagumkids.com. And, my skateboarder friends made fun of me for hanging out with these guys. I will never regret hanging out with those guys. Those were my best friends. Until this day, they are my best friends. So, I mean, that was the best time of my life. So we went in Sean's room at his parents' house, and he went in the closet and pulled out something that I haven't seen in years. We were able to edit the lightsabers on Adobe back then on the white box computer, and he knew how to do it. And, we would make our lightsabers out of PVC, like I said, PVC pipes. And we'd always do lime green for the blade that came out of the hilt. That's just the basic color that we always did. And I think it was the only color that we had to do it with, but it worked for the green screening and stuff like that. And I came over with a vacuum one day and said, hey, we're going to strip this apart and we're going to make a lightsaber out of it. And I think I was basing it more towards Darth Vader's lightsaber at the time because, I have an obsession over Darth Vader when I was young. Still do. So he came out that closet with this lightsaber right here. And I was blown away to see this again. And I put Toy Bounty Hunter on it because, it's property of Toy Bounty Hunter now. He could have kept this and, could have kept it for himself. So thank you, Sean. I really appreciate it. I'm going to cherish this for the rest of my life, and I'm going to box it up and have it for display in the Star Wars room. So I'll give you guys a closer look at this, but the craftsmanship of this is amazing because I haven't seen this in years, and I just couldn't stop looking at it on the way home after he gave it to me. But yeah, you can definitely tell we used some vacuum parts here. We made a lot of lightsabers, and we had a whole entire box full of them. A lot of them would break whenever we were filming, and we'd either have to fix it on the spot or go get a backup. A lot of the ones that were backups weren't even close to what we had while we were filming because we put more time into them. And this one, he said we never finished it, but he said a couple of things fell off over the years. I love this. This is amazing. It's probably one of the best lightsabers I've ever seen. Only because my Star Wars friends and I made this together. We would be in the garage for hours and hours just coming up with different ways to make this stuff because, we wanted to make it out of scratch, and we did. I do have an action figure coming in the mail today, which I'm going to show you guys, but that's, besides the point of what I'm doing here, because I just wanted to show you guys, this lightsaber. It came back to me, and it's amazing. I never thought I would see this ever again, and I believe this is probably one of the last ones that we built at that house when we were kids. And I remember Christian and I were practicing at his parents' house, and they had an in-ground pool in the backyard, but it was full of algae at the time. And Christian did one of these little scoop numbers right here, and my lightsaber went flying, and it went in the pool, and I never got it. I never went back and got it because they moved out of that house right after that, and I lost that forever. So I have this now, and it's amazing. It's so cool to have this. This is so cool because everybody has this thing for lightsabers now, and it's like a really big thing now. So, it is cool to see this, and it's cool to have, but you built this with your friends when you were kids, and you get it back. Well, this kind of tops this right here. Can't beat that feeling. This definitely looks funny looking, but I just want you guys to get a closer look at, what we did to this. And apparently, I mean, Sean said there was more stuff on here, and I think there was something right here, but yeah, I think it fell off, he said, and like all the stuff that was on here fell off over time. He said he couldn't really remember, and I guess we never finished this part here. But he said this is one of the last lightsabers that we worked on together in his garage as kids. And that was really nice of him to give it to me because he could have kept this for himself. But he knows how much I really miss, the old times, and it was the best times of my life, and he knows that I really love Star Wars, so that was really nice of him. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate this, man. I'm always going to cherish this, and I'm going to case this thing in an acrylic case, and yeah, man, this is probably one of the best lightsabers that I'll ever have in my entire life. I mean, you can definitely tell we used some vacuum parts there, guys. It's hilarious. That is hilarious. But yeah, so I got an action figure coming in the mail, and I'm going to show you guys what's coming in the mail today. But yeah, that's my childhood lightsaber right there that I built with my Star Wars friends. So I hope you guys thought that was really neat. Let me know what you think about it. So this is my brown hair Luke farm boy, and I actually just got this one in the mail today. And they are both a little different from each other. And I will show you guys the COOs on the back of their legs and the hair color. The new one that I just got in the mail today, he is not in like the best shape whatsoever. He has a little hole right there in his neck, and his eyebrows a little rubbed off on one of them. But overall, I found it on eBay, and I did not expect to find this one at all, and it was under like 200 bucks. But it was, I couldn't pass it because when I see this one right here on eBay, it's in other countries, and it's kind of hard for me to get it because I don't know. I mean, I want to go for it, but then again, it ends up costing a lot more. And this one here came from, I think, North Carolina. And you can see that the hair colors are a little different. This is a little bit more dark brown over here rather than this one here. So here's the COOs on the back of the action figure. This one over here clearly says Hong Kong on the back, and this one does not say Hong Kong over here on the back. So now I get to add this Farm Boy Luke right here to my collection, and that is really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know about the lightsaber, what you guys think about it, and may the force be with you guys.